Welcome back to Sketching in Clay from Brian's Art of Creation. And today, the concept that I wanted to bring to you guys and share with you guys through my art and my sculpture is the idea of being yourself and not being afraid to show your true self. The differences, the little quirks that you have, the scars that you may see, and not being able to show your true self. So with this sculpture, we're starting out with, I just decided to work on a portrait of a beautiful young girl. And here you see me sculpting in what we may look at as a little scar on her face, right above her eye. And this could be symbolized as a scar on your face, as an emotional scar, as a little difference or something weird about yourself. The problem I find is that a lot of people, when they notice these differences, instead of embracing it, they look at themselves as outcasts. And this scar, as they think about it, and they think about how different they are, they start to drip. They start to get sad. They start to overthink about it. And they start to really alienate themselves. And as they do that, what you'll notice is here I'm sculpting that this scar turns into kind of an infection that just covers her entire face, at least half of her face. And it's because she's thinking so much about how she doesn't fit in, how she isn't like this, or she has these different ways of thinking or doing things, and she doesn't fit in as much as she wants to. And that just brings her attitude down. And as we do that, we then stop taking care of ourselves, and we start thinking about, we start trying to fit in a little bit more, and we start covering up parts of ourselves. We start acting out, or we start changing certain things so that we can fit in with this group, or so that we can fit in with this group. And it's almost like putting a mask on for the outside world. So here I started sculpting with it just starts with a little mask covering up part of her face. But then she starts covering up even more and even more until she gets to a point to where she's not taking care of herself, and she's got this mask every time she goes outside. And she even has a fake big smile on that mask that's just painted on or sculpted in. And it's because she has to put this smile on for the outside world, even though she's hurting so much inside. But what I want you guys to think about is, what if instead of looking at these things as scars or as differences or, not fitting in, how about the fact of every single thing about you makes you super unique, that you can embrace it and be that one-of-a-kind person that you are supposed to be. Because once you accept that, you can it will change everything in your life. Not only will you be someone that is super special and people want to be around you for that, but you'll find that place to where you actually do fit in, and to where you actually should be, to where you can actually make a difference in other people's lives. And that's what I wanted to bring to this, is that every single thing, whether it's our creativity, whether it's something weird that we do, whether it is an actual physical scar that we have on our body, because that's something that tells us where we have been. Or if it's an emotional scar, that's something that has told us that where have we have been. And it gives us the strength because it's something that we have overcome, or it's something that we are still trying to overcome. And so what I did with this sculpture is I covered her face up, and then I brought her back to life, because after you remove that mask, you start being yourself. That's when you really take off, and you can really show who you truly are and live an amazing life. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Check it out on YouTube to actually see the sculpture version. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you think, and I will see you guys next week. All right, so this part right here is, I wanted to do another, the ending of these is to share that no matter where you are, whether you're just starting out or where you're trying to have some fun with your kids, a special little activity, whether you don't have that much time, maybe 5 or 10 minutes just to release, and it's something that you want to start doing a little more often and in a little more consistent basis. And so what I'm sharing here is this whole concept of everybody hiding behind a mask, and the mask that you put on when you go out in the world. What I want you guys to do here is we're going to make little faces. Everyone knows how to make an emoji. Everyone knows how to make a little smiley face. And adding on to that, if you would like, what if we started adding on cheeks or adding on some ears, adding it a little bit more in the eyes, and just bringing it a little bit more to life? But what I really wanted to focus on is I want you guys to think about some of the different masks that you personally recognize, that you put on. Do you guys go out there and put on a smile when you're feeling down, you're not really up, you're tired, or you're exhausted, or you're a little upset or depressed? Do you just wear a smile and just smile for everybody because you feel that you need to, or that that's the norm? Are you super excited? However, you go into a workplace that's a little depressing, or you're not really happy with, where you noticed that once you walk through the door, the energy just drops, and you find yourself kind of toning yourself down so that you can kind of match the energy in the room. And you don't want to, you are so excited to share something, or you got something amazing going on, but then you just get into that room and that energy just totally brings you down, and you don't really want to talk about it. You kind of put on that, I'm not as happy as I really say I am, or, I'm not happy about this place either. I'm not super excited. I'm just like you guys. And you try to fit in with all your coworkers, and you kind of take yourself back a couple notches. Has anyone here done that? To where you were just so excited and you just did something, but now you go into work and you're around these other people that are just complaining and don't like their jobs, and you just kind of find yourself going down and bringing yourself down with them. Or, are you toning yourself down from when you're feeling angry or you're feeling upset? These are all different masks, and I want you guys to think about some of the ones that you recognize that you put yourself on. And what if you actually sculpted them? Whether it's just, even if you wanted to just do a little drawing of little emojis, little smiley faces, little upset faces, just doing it is actually going to put it into your mind, and you're going to start recognizing these things that you actually do, and you're going to say, wow, I didn't recognize that, even when I'm excited, I kind of bring myself down a little bit. I lower my excitement a couple notches depending on who I'm around, because I don't want to seem too excited or too angry or too happy. So what I did here is, these are just little faces, really quick, just having fun with them and seeing what comes out. I started out with a happy one, went on to a sad character, just flipped that smile upside down. And then the last one here is this angry little guy. And just doing it, you're going to recognize some of the things that you do for yourself. And what if you recognized them and actually did something about it? You changed your perspective, or you changed the way that you act, the way that you feel. How amazing would it be if you started to not only recognize these things, but you also were able to actually put them out there and say, you know what? Now that I understand them and I realize that I'm doing them, should I really be hiding behind these masks? Should I be hiding behind these fake faces? So that's my lesson for today. And I hope you guys go out there and you create something for yourself. And remember, have fun. That is the number one rule. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be amazing. It just has to be yours. So I want you guys to have fun with that. And please let me know what you guys think. Have an awesome week, and I'll see you next week.